All right, thank you, Emily. Greg Remmenga joins us for some more free legal advice. Thanks for being here once again.
Thank you.
We've talked a lot about negligence and how maybe it has to do with employees versus employers and whatnot, but not so much government entities. So we're going to talk a little bit about that today.
Well, in general, you cannot sue a governmental entity.
Okay.
You can sue the governmental entity for things like breach of contract, civil rights violations.
Okay.
But negligence, in general, the governmental agencies and the government is immune from being sued if they commit negligence.
Okay.
There is a law on Colorado's books that's a governmental immunity waiver. Anything they've listed in that waiver statute, you could sue the governmental agency for those negligence.
Okay.
A police officer driving negligently, you could sue for that.
Okay.
The failure to maintain a road, you can sue for that. The failure of a water district to maintain the sewage, so it causes a personal injury.
Sure.
There's about 8 or 9 different categories that you can sue a government for negligence.
Okay.
If the negligence is anything other than those 8 or 9 categories, you can't sue even if they were very negligent and caused serious injury.
Interesting. Now, is this common throughout all the states in the U.S., or is it Colorado specific? Or?
Most states have a governmental immunity statute that limits your ability to sue the government.
Okay.
For example, a judge might make a negligent ruling, but the judge shouldn't have to sit there and worry about being sued for every one of his rulings. So, in general, the judges are immune from any liability for negligence, so that they can do what they're supposed to do without the fear of being sued.
Okay, that makes sense.
So that's the general rule.
Okay.
One of the main things we need to worry about, though, is if you're going to sue the government based on negligence, you have 180 days from the date of the accident to send in a governmental immunity notice.
Okay.
It doesn't say that you're going to sue the government. It says that I may want to. If you don't alert the governmental agency that you might want to sue them within the 180 days, even if it's a 2-year, 3-year statute of limitations, you cannot sue them. So if you think you've been injured by a governmental agency, one of the first things you need to do is send in the notice, which preserves your right to investigate and file the suit later.
Is there a particular reason there's a timeline for that they have a cutoff date, or?
The government should be allowed to investigate it as soon as possible after the incident to determine the cause. So you have to notify them that you might sue within the 180 days.
Okay, that makes sense. All right, well, if you happen to have some incident involved with the government, make sure to fill out that paperwork ASAP. If you have any questions for Greg or want a free consultation, feel free to contact him with that info right there on your screen. We'll be